Good morning, good day. Hope you are having an amazing day today. Welcome to Earth Adventures. Today I decided to come visit a historic place. This is one of the battlefields that happened around the Washington, Virginia, DC area. So this is the visitor center right here. This right here is the history of the American Civil War that took place a while back. So I've already confirmed with the rangers inside it's okay to record. So let's hop on inside there and see. Alright, so we're gonna take the stairs, go up here and see a little bit of history. It's good to have these kind of things. And here we go. Welcome. This is the Monocacy, a battle for time. Let's see what happened here. For those who know their history books, these might be familiar faces of the people that were involved. This guy fought on the Confederate side, Lee, and then this guy fought on the Union side, Wallace. Okay. And you see here it tells you what happened. This is before the battle. July 4th, 1976, a Declaration of Independence in the United States. And it has all the history of the dates of what happened, you know, and it goes all the way around. And here is the conflict. It tells you, let's see what the key is. So these were the Union states, the blue states that fought to keep the Union, and the Confederate States, right? So Confederate States mainly in the south part of the United States, and the Union States mainly in the northeast, and then out west in California. Okay. And you have a little bit of history on some other people that were key in those times. Wow. So this area here, right now it's quite dead. Not many people are here, which is good. You're able to come here and see, you know, view a few things. Hey, what's up? I guess this was their uniform. Okay. This is how they used to dress. That's a Union soldier. You can see this would be, I guess, some kind of, oh, there you go. I guess these were their quarters when they were camping. A tent, this makeshift thing here. And they have their, a demonstration. Wow. And then it continues on to this side. And this is where we are. This is the landscape of where we are, Monocacy. So, and these are some of the weaponries that they were using. Right, they have a gun there. That's an Enfield rifle manufactured in 1862. This is a vest. Man, look at that shoe. That looks like it's the original shoe. Okay, and they would use that to carry their water. You know, wow, that is quite interesting. This is the Union soldier uniform. And then this is a saddle for the horses. This is pretty old. Looks like it's from back in those days.
The summer has been a hot not one along the Monocacy,
nice.
but good for the crops.
Okay.
On the Thomas Farm and around Worthington House, the wheat is cut and corn
Let's
is
continue on.
Across the river,
More on the
Beth's
uniform.
farm is already full of grain. It will soon be brought over
And you
to
still have the
Gabriel's
dates up here
Two
that
bridges
show you,
cross the
tell
river
you,
at Monocacy Junction. The old covered bridge
you know,
carries the road to Washington,
when the wars were
and the
fought.
Iron Railroad Bridge, Baltimore.
Wow, this is what a, I wonder what this is.
Agents along this railroad were the first
Looks like a house.
Confederates.
What a house would have looked like
Baltimore,
back in those
headquarters
days.
of Union General Lew Wallace.
Wow, look at that.
Most
Yes,
of the men he commands are
you can
home
see it.
guards and 100 days men who have never seen battle.
This is what the
Now,
house would
as
have
night
looked like
falls on the eve of battle,
back in those
we will
days.
collapse with an improvised army into position. 10 regiments of veterans who have arrived just in
Quite
time to
interesting.
strengthen the home guard and
Okay.
increase the Union force.
So when you come to the visitor center up here, you come upstairs. You can either take the elevator or, you know, take the steps, which I did. Quite interesting. Quite interesting. And these are the flags. So the Union flag and what they mean.
Out in front of the junction is a line
Right here, you see it.
The Federals have only a single battery
Okay.
of 6 cannons, along with
And
24
this is the Confederate flag right here.
4 a.m. The last
So a little bit of American history there. Let's get down. How are you? Let's head out to the trails and see what we have. Okay. All right, so let's go to the trails real quick. Okay. So that's the Welcome Center. You come in here, and again, it's by the National Park Service, managed by the federal government of the United States. And you can see the field. So let's see what's here. So this is a cannon, and you can see the cannon there. It's pretty well preserved. I wonder if this is from back in those days, or it could be. You cannot see in there, but quite heavy. This is all made of some kind of metal, maybe iron. Okay, you have one. You have quite a couple. You have another one down there. But let's go take a quick walk and see if we can see what is around here. So they have a lot of parking space here when you come at the visitor center. You can leave your car here, you can drive around. That portion down there, I believe, belongs to them too. But let's walk the field and see what's in here. So this is a trail. I think we'll just take this one since we're already parked. This is called the Junction Trail. Okay, so it's about a mile, 6 feet wide. It tells you what it is, gives you the breakdown of the grade, the slope, and all that. This is good. I thought this was interesting. You know, they have a farm, of course. They have to get access, otherwise how would tractors and things like that come in? And so you have a railroad crossing here. Whoa, did you see that? I think that's a groundhog. Oh wow. He just went in there. Anyway, that's not why we're here. But part of the adventure, you're able to see things. Groundhog just went that way. So again, a railroad, crossing the railroad, you know. They got another farm here. Wow. Nice. The place is very serene. Very quiet, relaxed. All you hear is just the birds. There's a bird up here. Wow. They have this clearing here. I don't know what they use it for, but it looks like they farm here too. You can see the way the land is, and that's the Monocacy River. Okay. So again, I'm at a Monocacy battlefield in Frederick, Maryland, and crossing the railroad here. Railroad in between two farms. But again, this would be a nice place to come check out, come see, you know, learn a little bit of history. They have different trails here. Again, this particular trail comes from the visitor center back there, and it heads out to the main road or crosses over to the other side. Man, this is it is quite a field. It is big. That's where we just came from. That's where we are parked. That's where we're gonna go back to. Again, the only thing here that you see apart from the field and the grass is the railroad. Okay, that's the only thing you can see really, but for now it is what it is. Got a small bench you can rest. Whew. You can sit here on this bench and rest a little bit. Just the fresh air is good. You just breathe that fresh air in there. Yeah. Okay. Let's carry on. Let's carry on. Wow, look at this. It says slave to soldier. On October 1st, 1863, 9 months after President Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation, Secretary of War Edwin Stanton advised Lincoln that it was a military necessity in the state of Maryland for enlisting all persons capable of bearing arms without regard of color. A colored troops recruiting station was established at Monocacy Junction. Local slave owners received up to $300. Wow. For the enlistment of their slaves. Lincoln allowed slaves who had their owners' consent or who had escaped from owners disloyal to the Union to enlist in the army. In return, the slaves were forever thereafter free. Wow. Once let the black man get upon his person the brass letter US. Let him get an eagle on his bottom and a musket on his shoulder and bullets in his pocket. There is no power on earth that can deny that he has earned the right to citizenship. Frederick Douglass, former slave, American abolitionist, author, orator, and a statesman. Wow. This right here gives me goosebumps because these are human beings just like anybody else who are treated so bad, but at least they fought for their rights. And what is this about? Okay. So they have these boards out here that give you a little bit of history to see what happened in these places during those days and why it was important for people to fight for their freedom. And that's what this is about. Again, this field is quite vast, such a big field, but it's all been preserved for that same purpose. So there is another trail. There is this one right here. I believe we'll just turn around and go back. Wow, a lot of graffiti out here. But that's a trail. Let's see where this trail goes. Okay. Again, this is Earth Adventures. We are out on this is Monocacy battlefield in Frederick, Maryland, and we're just going down some trails. I don't know where this trail goes. It looks like it came to an end. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. But this right here, they've paved it. No, it's not come to an end. So this just allows you to not to go on the road there because it's quite busy. You can just let's go check out those houses real quick, and then after that we'll be done. Okay, so we'll just head down there and investigate a little bit and see for ourselves. Again, this is a historic site. Anybody can come out here and check it out. I forgot to mention, it's free. You don't have to pay for it. I did not pay for it. I just came out here, went to the visitor center. They'll present you with a brochure, this right here, that has information on the history. Okay, and then they have different trails. I'm on one of them. I started on the other side of the road, and yeah, so, but I'll see you in a bit when we get down there. So I'm assuming these houses have been here for a long time. That's where we just came from. That house with the roof, with the green rooftop, that's where we came from, and that's where we are parked. Now remember, the information on the trail said this is about a mile walk. So be prepared to walk when you come. Again, these are some of the instruments and the weaponry that they were using back in those days. It's a cannon. Quite heavy, but the cannonballs, once it falls on you or falls on whatever you have, your horse, your carriage, anything that you have, it will destroy it. This thing is solid, solid. It's nothing but metal out of that. On two humongous trees, you have that building. Let's just take a quick look. I don't know exactly what this is. What is this for? They have an anchor on the ground over there. Huh. Got some kind of water in there. But okay. Some kind of structure this is. And there is another one there. It looked like it's sealed off, so I wouldn't even bother going there. But let's go on this side. Another cannon. Again, guys, I'm at Monocacy battlefield in Maryland. This is one of the historic sites that commemorates the Civil War that took place in America back in the 1800s. The door here seems to be, yeah, it's closed. Standing at this porch, you could look through. So I wonder what this building was. They have some signage over there. We'll go check it out. But let's get around and see what we can see from this house. Looks like it's made out of brick or concrete. Definitely it's not wood. And quite a big house. Wow, quite a big structure. And the way you could tell that it's an old structure is the foundation of it. Look at the way they used to lay the bricks, right? Brick and that kind of mortar right there, you can see it. It's just pretty much stones, some kind of stone that is chiseled out and stuck together. They don't build houses like that anymore. It's different. Wow, quite interesting. Okay, so it's not open. Just walk around the house. It's not open, you can't really see in there. And then they have these other structures. I'm assuming this is where they kept the equipment, animals, and whatever else that they would. Yeah, some kind of storage. I think maybe the foundation is from back in those days, but this wood, I don't think it is. But these stones appear to be, maybe they're renovated, but could be the exact spot where they had the original, right? Let's go check out this other structure down here too, and then we'll come back and try to read that history over there and see what it says. Wow, the fields, they're vast, guys. Look at that. And then again, as I mentioned, we're coming up to it's already spring. Officially it is, even though some days it doesn't feel like it because it gets really cold. But today is supposed to be in the 70s. It's starting to warm up, you can feel it, but it's good, but very beautiful. The fields are beautiful, just nice wide open space. Look at this building. From back in the day, you could tell, if you look at how they used to build this, they used to build the bricks, how they would lay these on top of each other. Even a small ones have been put in between. Wow, you can see that. And they've used this pole, it looks like it's used for some kind of reinforcement or something, or wow, I don't know if it's tight on here, very tight, but quite an interesting structure. It's preserved. Maybe the soldiers built this as some kind of anyway, we'll go check it out there in a few minutes. Wow, look at this on the inside. This is what it looks like in here. The ceilings are quite high. Oh wow, what are these holes? Maybe groundhogs or something digs in here. Yeah, some animal lives in here. Quite a couple. I don't know, I don't want to know what's in there. And that's the main highway. That is Dwight Eisenhower Highway. That goes all the way to Virginia on one end. You can also get to Virginia on the other end, West Virginia. And you know, it's a major highway here. As you can hear the traffic. All right, so let's head back that way. Again, a magnificent structure here. It looks like they reinforced it though, because this is pretty new. This is not from the 1800s, right? But that's a reinforcement for the structure. But the brick is quite interesting. I would not be surprised if it's been here for that long. That's incredible to think that you're walking in a building or a structure that people walked in more than 100 years ago. And that's incredible. That is an incredible thing to think about. Wow. It's like going back in time. going back in time. Again, this is Monocacy Battlefield in Maryland. So you could drive up here with your car. You don't necessarily have to go into the visitor center, but it's good to go and get information. I also did ask them if I could record, because you don't want to be in a situation where they find you, the rangers find you in here recording, and then it's like, oh, what are you doing and all this, then you end up with situations. So again, here's another structure. Quite interesting how it's on top of those stilts, right? And it says service vehicles only. I guess if you're driving that way, this is where you can park if you come in here. Best Farm Tour. Stop. And it's closed at dusk. We are here, okay? This is where we are. Again, Frederick down that way, Clarksburg, other towns down here. Baltimore is around that area, okay? But we are here. And so it's giving you a little bit of information about what happened here, okay? And this seems to be the lost, like the original documents, of course, but they've taken pictures of it, but these look to be copies of the original. Wow, you cannot read that handwriting. Wow. Okay, so we are here, Lee's camp, and it looks like the soldiers were camped around here. And so the Confederate soldiers were on this side here where we are on Best Farm, you see that, and the Union soldiers were located where the greenhouse is. Okay, so we get a little bit of history about this place right here. So this building, it's that building right there. In the late 1700s, a large slave village was constructed just beyond the building in front of you. Okay, so there was a village here that had Africans who were enslaved here. By 1800, as many as 90 enslaved laborers were housed there. Oh wow, an unusually large number of slaves for this area. The enslaved people were the property of the Vinci, I can't even pronounce that family. They were French people, planters who fled a slave revolt in Saint Domingue, now Haiti. Wow, that is some deep history. So you had Europeans who had settled in the islands in the Caribbean Sea, and they had slaves here in the United States. Wow. They acquired land and enslaved laborers to establish La Hermitage plantation, seemingly intent on recreating the Caribbean slave system here in Frederick County. Local authorities, however, did not favor their approach. Court records indicate that members of the household were accused of mistreating their slaves and withholding food and clothing. La Hermitage was sold in 1827. This is recent, man. And there was never again a sizable enslaved population at the farm. So they've made a few illustrations of what could have been back in those days, and it would have looked something like this. Wow. They had the coins. This is what was found here. That's the building. So that building right here, this building witnessed enslaved people, enslaved Africans that were here. Wow, quite interesting. It's heartbreaking, but at the same time, it's good to know your history, to know that human beings can be so cruel to others, to enslave other people. It's unthinkable. But thank God, everybody is getting awakened to the humanity of what makes us people. Everyone. It doesn't matter what you are. But let's move on this way and see if we can go to that statue down there. Again, this place is quite relaxing. It's beautiful. It's beautiful in terms of the views, the fresh air, but it has a dark history to it. You know, that's the house we're talking about, and it appears that within this valley here, that's where they were housing. Right here where you have this grass, that's where they had the slave quarters. Unthinkable to think about that. Wow. Again, the fields they are humongous, the size of them. The other thing I like about this is, I think I've only seen, I saw one couple down here and one gentleman, and that's about it. Other than that, I'm literally out here this entire space by myself. There's no one else out here. It is super relaxing. It feels just great to be out here. And just exploring the area, you know, just exploring this area, being able to see the place. Amazing. That's one of the main highways here in Maryland. That is 270, or Dwight Eisenhower Highway. Connects multiple towns here, and also goes all the way, connects with other major highways to go to 95, one of the main highways to connect through what is eastern side of the United States. Look at these fields, guys. Huh? Springtime. Springtime is coming. You can smell the springtime here. You can smell the different plants, different flowers. This is what happens when winter comes. Trees shed their leaves completely. They look like they're dead. Some are. Some trees are dead, but that is not dead. It just looks that way. But come springtime, in a few weeks, those trees will be looking like this. So let's go see what this big monument is all about. We'll just go around it to see. And when you come out here, I would advise you see this? Because I'm walking out in the fields. So I wear something like this. You know, these are just sweatpants, and they're not sticky. I could just dust them off from all this plantation, all these plants that are out here. Again, Monocacy River. You got a beautiful bridge over there. That's a huge river, Monocacy. Oh, they've purposely enclosed that so that way people are not driving their cars down that way. They don't want people to get injured, because down there is a railroad. Oh, okay. So So let's see this statue. Wow. Okay. So it says erected by the state of New Jersey to commemorate the heroic services of the 14th Regiment, New Jersey Volunteer Infantry, 1st Brigade, 3rd Division, 6th Army Corps, Army of Potomac at the Battle of Monocacy, Maryland, July 9th, 1864. Wow, that's a while back. The 14th Regiment, New Jersey Volunteers was organized on Mount Monmouth battleground and mustered in the United States service near Freehold, New Jersey, August 26, 1862. I was mustered out June 18, 1865 near Washington, D.C. 14th Regiment, New Jersey. Okay. So the Union forces commanded by General Lew Wallace on this battlefield so stubbornly opposed the Confederate troops under General Jubal A. Early as to assure the safety of the national capital, that is Washington, D.C. The commission to erect the monument, Major John C. Patterson, President, adjacent William. It has the names of a bunch of people. And this site we dedicated July 5th, 1964. Civil War Centennial Commission, State of New Jersey. Richard J. Hughes, Governor. Okay. All right, now we know what that was. So this is dedicated to the Union soldiers that fought the Confederates to preserve, I'm assuming that's what a Union soldier would have been dressed like. All right. So that's what they've commemorated this field around here. That's what this is all about. I thought this was quite interesting. These bricks right here. Ooh. Okay. Then of course you have your railroad. You have your bridge. Let's go there and see. Again, if you're watching video up to this length, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Okay? So we just read this information. And you can see this is the actual picture of the people that put this up. That's the same statue. It's been here since it says the state of New Jersey placed the first monument on the battlefield. Other monuments were later added. Pennsylvania, 1908. United Daughters of the Confederacy, 1914. Vermont, 1915. And then Maryland, 1964. Okay. All right. It will be a lesson in patriotism to this and future generations, and remind all who look upon this that New Jersey's sons did well their duty on this field in the great struggle for a united nation. Wow. Okay. All right. So now we gotta find a way of getting back to the other side where we came from. Okay. And the way I do that is I'm going to head back. I'm going to head back out. And I want to thank you so much for watching this video and taking your time to watch my channel. I ask that you continue on. I will be bringing more content, more informational, more entertaining, more educational, however you want to see it. But as of right now, let me just say thank you, and until the next video, take care.